Good afternoon. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, part of Redbud Realty and Associates. Henri, my little poodle, and I are wanting to do another video today that's kind of a segue from the previous video I did on short sales. The one I did previously was again a reminder of how to choose someone to help you avoid foreclosure. And we talked about experience. We talked about looking at a success rate, kind of education, what kind of passion does the realtor have to work as hard as you work in order to get a successful short sale done. This one is a reminder about the FTC government requirement on the MARS disclosure. That's the Mortgage Assistance Relief Services. I had to read that. I want to make sure I got it right. And this is something that's new, and I'm very glad that the federal government has gotten involved in this, because there's a lot of HUD fraud, a lot of short sale fraud that's going on. A lot of people need more protection. They need to be taken care of. Lenders, as I said previously, are doing this. Both Bank of America and Wells Fargo are avoiding third-party mortgage fraud, making people sign affidavits that there's no higher offers out there. And now the federal government is going in, trying to regulate not just realtors, CPAs, attorneys, anyone that's trying to assist you in terms of avoiding foreclosure through whatever means. Now, what is the MARS disclosure? Well, it is something that lets everyone know that, number one, it is wrong to charge upfront fees. And when I say wrong, it's a $16,000 federal fine. In fact, all these are $16,000 federal fines if you violate it. So if somebody asks you that they want money up front, well, that's a violation of federal rules. Also, at any time, if there is not a successful short sale, you cannot ask a buyer or a seller of a property to pay you since it didn't work out. Now, if it does work out, commissions are paid to a realtor by the lender. But beyond that, if I say, well, I put all this work in there and you owe me $500, that's also a violation of the MARS disclosure and what the federal rules are. So at no time should you be charged any money whatsoever. Now, you have the right to stop the process at any time. You can say, look, I've got a windfall profit, or I got a new job, I got a bonus, or I won the lottery, or whatever it happens to be. Or I just don't want to do this anymore, and you have the right to say that, and anyone who's assisting you has to say, all right, I accept that. We are stopping at this point. If I'm a realtor, I'm taking it off the market. Also, it is if the terms are not acceptable to you, if all of a sudden we come up with a situation, well, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, you've got to bring $10,000 to closing. You can say no. You can reject any kind of terms that the lender may bring your way if it is not something that you want to do. We may give you reasons why we think you should do it, possibly, but you have the right to say no, and you can stop the process at that point. Now, going beyond that, we have to disclose to you that we are in no way associated with the federal government. I've seen these claims like, hey, we've got an in with the IRS, or these nature. Nobody does. And nobody has any kind of relationship where I can call up the government, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, anybody, and say, hey, I'm Joe Pryor. I'm going to do a short sale, and you need to agree to this, and we're buddies. No, it doesn't work that way. Same way with the lender. None of us have a special relationship with a lender. If we do have a relationship, it's because we do our job properly. And they respond to complete documentation. They respond to courtesy. They respond to things being done on time, and that's the only relationship we have. So we do not in any way have a relationship, with any lender whatsoever. And last but not least, anybody that says, I guarantee there'll be a success, I guarantee that the lender is going to do this. Well, that is completely and utterly wrong, and again, a violation of MARS. It's a violation of the FTC requirements on promotion and advertising. No one can guarantee you success. No one can guarantee to you that a lender is going to change their terms. And the terms were, all right, you signed for this 15-year note or this 30-year note over this particular period of time with this payment. You're not making your payments. And so, hey, we're just going to change our terms for you. No, they do not have to. Now, most lenders right now that we deal with, and lenders that you're familiar with, like Bank of America or Wells Fargo or Chase Manhattan or GMAC or any number of mortgage backers, are really involved in doing short sales. They know the advantage of doing it. But again, they set the terms, and they're the ones that are going to come back, and you have to decide whether it's acceptable or not. But these are your rights. These are the things that we have to do. So, for instance, if you go to the bottom of the page of our short sale site, avoidforeclosureoklahoma.com, you'll see all of this. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values with the speed of technology.